Alright, let's do the texturing today for the Senseo. So before we start texturing, what I like to do is set up a cycles scene so I can better see what everything is doing. So cycles, set it to GPU, bring in an HDRI, JHB Central guys, JHB Central. Let's start with the standard black material. Shader editor, new, and I'm going to make this black. And I'm also going to decrease or increase the roughness. I will see. The first thing, and that's the most important part, is that I'm going to add the coat. And the coat is going to give it this metallic shine that you often see in these type of plastic materials. Now the only subtlety is trying to find the roughness that makes sense for the plastic, because if you go too far, it is still going to look very cool, matte type color for this machine. And I think on top here, maybe that is the case, but right here, it's more of this shiny plastic. So there is a difference between this and this as well. But for this one, we want it to be a bit more plastic. And this is the first one that we're going to do. And yes, it has this type of shine in it. Well, how much does it reflect? I can pretty much see my hand right in there. So it is quite normal that you are able to see parts of the HDRI in this type of plastic. Now I'm going to give that black color to all of the things that definitely need it, so those two. You can also still move the roughness that is not part of the coat. We could keep it a single value, but I'm going to randomize it as always. So let's add a noise texture with a color ramp, texture coordinate, etc. Let's just add that right here. I'm going to plug that into the black color. This can be brought up, the roughness can be brought up. And let's turn this white color into a darker black color. So something like this. Just a slight bit of variation that you're almost not going to notice. And that's kind of the point. But still, it makes it look better. So even though the difference is minimal, I think it looks very good. And we can do a similar thing for the roughness. So let's just take this very same noise texture, Ctrl-Shift-D, color ramp in there, to 0.405 approximately. And let's have a look here in the roughness. Now what we could do is go to the specular and increase the IOR level. And this is going to do something that makes it brighter, but then we're going to increase the anisotropic, which means that it is in non-positionless, so it's going into all directions. And then we can rotate this. So we can use the anisotropic rotation in order to determine how light is being reflected back on this object. This just changes the render a little bit better. So the plastic is actually being refracted or reflected actually in a more logical manner. Turn the IOR level back down. And now we still get some of those reflections, as you can see, but we're going to just dial it back to make it subtle. Now for the top part, I don't actually believe that it's this reflective. So I'm going into edit mode and I will select L, this part. We'll give it a new material and assign it. And it's just going to be a lot more matte. At least, okay, so let me rephrase that. This part here until this part, and then this top part is going to be a bit more matte. Okay, so let's change this. Let's go over here. Let's make it a darker black color. Let's bring the roughness down just a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm just kind of going to shiny plastic. I'm just going to take this one, this shiny plastic, and duplicate it. And then I'm just going to change it. And first of all, get rid of the anisotropic things we just did. So that can be removed. And the coat can be a bit more rough. So something like this. I think that is completely fine. And then for this one, it's basically the same type of material as the top one. So we're going to select it. And give it shiny plastic 01, which is actually matte plastic. And there you go. Is there a color differentiation? Probably. So what I will do is click on plus, give it matte plastic, duplicate matte plastic, and call it matte plastic darker, and assign it. Oh, I accidentally duplicated shiny plastic. And then we're going to play around with this. We can increase the metallic, for example, just a little bit. We can also make it darker by giving it a hue, saturation and value in between the colors and bringing the value down a little bit. It's already a pretty dark value, so it doesn't change that much. And I kind of feel like we should dial it back just a little bit. 0.6, 0.63. We can do the same for matte plastic. 0.63. But that one is not necessary actually. Yeah, so we're cool. This is the same color, I believe, or actually this could be matte plastic, so it could be the other one. Let's give it that material. Let's go right over here. L and matte plastic darker. Let's just give it that material. And that looks pretty good. So now let's get this material done. Let's press on new. I think it is somewhat, yeah, probably roughness like right over here. Let's make it black completely. And let's have a look here. It's not that shiny, but there is some shine. I think somewhere like over here is probably the best solution. I think that's basically it. Of course, we can add some randomization. Let's just do that real quickly. Object in here, color ramp in there. Let's make a new one. I'm just going through this real quickly because we've done this so many times now. It's kind of easy. Right, that has been added as well. And now for this material, we've got this one. Let's go into edit mode, press L, select this entire piece. Also, you can also select this plastic part. New, assign, like this. And we're going to call this flask. Now in the shader editor, transmission can be brought all the way up, and this is basically it. I think it's a bit more grayish, so we can bring the white color down here and bring this up slightly to the blues, just a little bit. As you can see, the saturation is like 0.054, so just a very little bit. And we can bring this color down, and now we can play around with the roughness, which I think is quite rough. I think it's quite rough. You cannot see through it clearly, so to speak. So let's just play around with that until we're at a point where we're like, yeah, that's probably it. And we can also play around with the IOR. And this is just, I don't know what to call it. It's not even really glass. So we're just trying to fake a plastic material here. In any case, what I did, metallic 0.277, roughness 0.589, transmission all the way up, thin film 653 nanometers, 1.33 IOR. Of course, once again, it is always possible, guys. Some noise textures, bring those together, roughness up, detail up. Have a look at it, just plug it into the roughness and perhaps have it be a little bit more dirty this time. So something like this, and decrease the detail and just show some more of that difference. But maybe it shouldn't be too crazy. So that's also a possibility. So just bring that up a little bit, bring this down a little bit. No, let's predominantly just bring this up. We can do the same for the color. Now we need some materials for these buttons, and we also need to place some logos on there. As a matter of fact, there's a logo on top here. There's a logo on this little thing, and there are 3 logos on our little buttons here. So we're going to fix all of those straight away. So this one first, we're going to add a material here and assign it. And then Control I, add a new material and assign it. Which should conclude this part, by the way. So Control I now, and then this one. This is the plastic button ring. And this is the on button. For the plastic button ring, perhaps I'm going to try a glass BSDF. Yeah, it doesn't change that much actually. I'm going to play around with the IOR until something like this is happening, and then I'm going to increase the roughness because it's just supposed to look a little bit weird and plasticky. Then for the odd button, it's technically just a black color like this. We can overcomplicate things, but that's just the reality of it, right? So let's select this, backspace, Control 0, and let's bring in on our on button. So let's open up DaVinci Resolve and make all of these buttons. DaVinci Resolve, and I will open this up. And for the Philips and Senseo logo, I'm just going to look them up online. Alright, so right now we are in Fusion. I'm simply going to add a BG and just plug it in there. It's going to be black. Copy this, duplicate it. It's going to be white. So let's change the color to white and let's just bring it right over there. Let's add a circle to it, uncheck solid. Let's give it a border width, something like this. And it should also be way smaller. So let's just take this line and make it smaller. And we're going to take the length here and then the position. We're going to shift this over just a little bit so it's straight. So let's take the position and the length and play around with this until it fits. It doesn't matter too much for me how good it fits. Let's just add a new rectangle. And this one also has a border radius. So let's improve the height, this part, that part, and let's just bring it right over here. So let's combine these together with a new background. Let's bring that on top. This background image, auto resolution, 1080. And let's save this image. Close enough. I'm just going to download this. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. Actually, it's just two of the same cups next to each other, so I can do that myself. For this one, I'm going to try and get it. All right, now back into Blender. We're going to this button. First going to bring in the on image. Q projection. Image can be set to extend. Let's make sure that this is placed correctly. For some reason, we are seeing a lot of extra, which is odd to me. Which must be this part. Let's disable and scale that down into nothingness. Go back to the shader editor, Alt S. And now let's make sure that it's a bit more rugged. Noise texture, object in the vector, color ramp, bring it in there, detail up, roughness up, color into the color. Bring this down just a little bit, there you go, and now it seems a bit more roughed up. We're going to now make this button, plus. It's a bit more plasticky and shiny, so this one can probably have a coat, just a little bit. Roughness can go up, base color can be black. We're going to bring the roughness up just a little bit, and we're now going to add the image. So let's bring this up. Control Shift D, Control 0, mix shader, Control T, bring it to the side, open the image. Alt S, shift the colors around. Go right here, Q projection. Repeat, extend, or clip. UV editor. Play around, bring the coffee cup on the right spot. Rotate it in whatever fashion is necessary. Bring it right over there. There you go. Select all of this. Control I. Disabled. S0. Bring it somewhere useless. And call it a day. Next, this one. Give it the same material. Copy it over. Q projection. Change the material, copy it. Image, open the right one. Cool, so that's the first ones. And then we get this part right here. It's very subtle. Q projection. Shader editor. Image texture. Control T, image in the alpha. Invert the color. UV editor. R180. Scale it down. Make it fit. Select this. Q projection. Shader editor. Go on top. Let's add a principal BCF, backspace, Control 0, mix shader, Control T, image texture. Open. Make darker. Create a UV map. UV map right here. Let's make a new one. This one can be removed. Let's bring in a UV map. Give it the UV map, place it into the vector. Select this, select the new UV map. Make sure it's selected right here. Mix shader. This one, bring it on top. Plug it in here, Control T, image, open. Pure projection. UV editor, R180. Scale. Bring down. Extend. Alt S. And that's that. And this one, and you know what? It's going to be partly black with the roughness up. Control plus plus, select that part and make that a new material. So it's going to be a slightly yellowish, weird looking color like this. I think I'm just going for Studio Small 04, most realistic sort of studio result with these lights right there. If you want to learn more about product animation, I highly recommend clicking the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.